welcome to the third run of the Ladder Project, a series of talks and brainstorms, discussions aimed at preparing ourselves for action. We have a catchphrase in our community about talking and doing. It goes, too much hooey, not enough doing. And if you have some kind of level of classic Māori, you understand that. We have far too many meetings and not enough actual times where we go out and do. So what we're doing as a community is attempting to prepare ourselves properly, or as well as we can, to get some feet on the ground and fight poverty. And that's what we're about. So if you need any more information on who we are, come and talk to myself or any of these three people. Ben back there in the corner and Nate there got his hand up. So, second thing tonight, we have an information newsletter, of course, and you can sign up for that on the table. Just out there, afterwards would probably be best. I thought it would be a good idea to recap, since we're past the halfway mark with these things, about what we've done so far. Our first run was an intro into poverty itself, how it's defined by, say, the World Bank and other bodies, and what steps people are attempting to take to battle it. Run 2, which was last month, was a discussion on the differences between development and aid in a Hmong village in northern Thailand, focusing on what makes village life a better and happier life often than city life in the developing world. One of the reasons for that stuck out for me was culture providing a resilience against change. For me, as a junior trying to figure this stuff out, some of the most impacting thoughts and statements have actually come out of the in-between run Mondays, where we meet together at the same back time but a different back place. We meet up in the library in level 4 to talk about what we've heard, to have a look at some case studies, people who are doing interesting, different things, innovative things in poverty and development and aid, and basically get to know each other a bit better. So that, of course, is happening next Monday, and we'll be up there at 8. Join us if you want. We had a few moments of terror because we kept forgetting, while the holidays were on, that they want to close the library at 9. We didn't realise that meant that from 8:30 through till 9, there's a consistent whining alarm that goes off, that they press it at just random intervals to jerk you out of your study-induced slumber and keep you the hell out. And so we had to deal with that, and the thing is, 8 till 9 is not a long time. So we were there right to the end, enduring the buzzer, attempting to scratch out as much as we could. But yeah, come and join us if you want to talk about this stuff, if you want to get a handle on it, and if you want to meet some people who are attempting to do the same thing. Tonight it is our great pleasure to welcome our third guest, Dr. Andrew McGregor, Senior Lecturer of Development Studies here at Vic. From what I'm able to glean from Google, which includes his full CV, I don't know if he knows that, Andrew is an Aussie, but the kind with the good sense to live in New Zealand. Yeah. He has worked for UNICEF on projects in Burma, Bangladesh, Bhutan, Myanmar, Laos, Indonesia and Sudan. It intrigued me that that was on the Vic site, and I'm trying to work out why Burma and Myanmar are on the same list together, not with a thing through them. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Please join me in welcoming Andrew tonight.
Thanks very much for that introduction. I know my CV was on Google, but I was going to start by introducing myself, but he's already done it. So I just wanted to talk about, well, maybe a little bit more detail, perhaps. I went through Sydney University, and so I'm from Sydney originally. And when I was there, I did my PhD on environmental politics, so it wasn't particularly related to development as such, although a lot of the ideas that I got through doing environmental politics was in the geography department and now applied to my research in Southeast Asia. Then I was lucky enough to work for UNICEF Australia for a couple of years, and so those countries that were just read out, I was responsible for project managing those, which meant that I was basically based in Sydney most of the time, but our job was to raise money from the Australian government and from the Australian public and fund projects through the UNICEF field offices, which have this incredible network right through the world with very highly skilled people working with each one. And so my contribution was really to ensure the projects sort of ran to what the proposals were. And that, fortunately enough for me, meant that I got to go and travel to these quite amazing places and really meet some amazing people working in each of these different areas. From places like Sudan to Bhutan and now and Bangladesh, and really get a sort of an overview of what's going on in development in different places around the world. So it's kind of like a crash course in a way to development. And then another crash course was going from UNICEF Australia to a job at University of Otago, where I turned up a week late to teach development studies or development geography course, having never really done that much development before apart from the practical side of things, and then teaching development theories to eager students. But it went quite well, and stayed there 6 years, and just came up to Victoria in February this year to take up a new post, which is mainly master's level teaching, but also a first year, half a first year program, which I see some of the first year students are here, so good to see you. Unfortunately, I'm going to talk about some of the stuff I taught about in that program, but we'll see how we go. I was very happy to be invited to this event, and so thanks for the organising team for bringing me along. And particularly pleased, I think, because of what this project seems to be all about, which is informed decision making about how to get involved in poverty alleviation or development or aid or whatever you want to call it, from a student body, which is fantastic, and also good to see people from outside the student body here as well. I know from my own teaching, my own experiences just as a human being, how frustrating it can be when you know that there's so many issues in the world that you want to assist with, and so many problems out there. We're bombarded with it every day to the point where it seems like the New Zealand media doesn't actually report on it anymore because it seems to be disempowering rather than empowering when you hear of all the issues around the world. So instead we focus on rugby and issues like this, which are not quite as important sometimes. Although the Australian-New Zealand game has come up this weekend. I wasn't quite sure how to frame this because obviously I'm used to doing lectures where you have a lecture course and you have all sorts of concepts and ideas you can build up over that course period. But what I've tried to do just today is just put together a short presentation which is conceptualises poverty, looks at poverty. I know you've already had a lecture from one of the other speakers which looks at it in much more depth. What I'm trying to do is sort of map out, I have a geographic background, map out perhaps where you guys, or some of the concepts and some of the ideas, as well as some of the locations that you might be interested in setting up your own program or adding to programs that already exist. So it's sort of an overview of poverty in Southeast Asia, beginning with the conceptualization of it and then moving through various other issues.
Just before you kick off, I'm just going to see if I can get this light on.
Yeah, sure.
That was easy. Thought that was going to be like 5 minutes.